Hello friends, today I wanted to talk about what I like to call millennial anxiety or depression. Anxiety and depression are two staple issues in the mental health world. People coming forward and addressing that they have been suffering mentally from these issues and raising awareness on it has been a big movement in the States lately, which has been good. I don't like to call them mental health issues. That doesn't go deep enough. I call these spiritual cancers or a symptom of spiritual sickness when there is a persistent anxiety or depression problem in your emotional energy and in your hormone releases. That means that there is a persistent, deep, stuck internal block causing this. So you subconsciously know it's blocked too, because you can remember a time in your life when your emotions and your hormones were more free-flowing, a little more positive, and maybe you had little blips of depression or anxiety, but it wasn't something that stuck with you or that crippled you. I also think that depression, anxiety, rage, etc., negative emotions in general are oftentimes just logical responses to crazy or tragic events. So, for an example, if you look at Florida, they get their houses torn down by hurricanes all the time, and that's going to make you depressed. They lost their homes. It doesn't mean that they have depression. It just means that they're naturally going to feel it. So, I mean, it's just a normal, logical response. If you get your home torn down, you're going to be a little upset about it. So then, what exactly is millennial anxiety and depression? What is it? It is that soul-crushing, anger-lighting, existential crisis-inducing negative energy hairball that we have all kind of been subconsciously weighed down by, whether you're maybe consciously aware of it or not. So, what exactly is it? It revolves around 5 major things. 1, war. Corrupt government, particularly the American federal government, engineers war abroad, especially, as we know, in the Middle Eastern Islamic world today. 2, environmental apocalypse. Everyone has heard about climate change and that we are ruining the Earth's ecosystems, and everyone has heard about the 6th mass extinction and the loss of the Earth's biodiversity and all the beautiful animal and plant species that we love. A lot of people have also heard about ocean acidification, coral bleaching, complete overfishing, and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So it feels, like we're destroying the entire planet, the oceans, all the animals, and all of the land ecosystems as well. 3, financial insecurity. In the crony capitalist West and the socialist East and the entire world, there is a huge and continuously growing economic inequality. People can barely afford their homes. Most millennials have absolutely no idea how they are going to make the cost of living and afford a family. And on top of all that, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck! Google it! 4, complete distrust of local government and police forces. People don't trust their state government officials. They typically have no idea what's going on at the city or county level either. And they really do not trust the police. Everyone has seen a video online of the police murdering somebody. Most of them don't even get fired. There's practically zero public accountability, and police will blatantly lie on police reports. Blatantly lie. I trumped that. I went, blatantly lie. But it's true. They fucking lie. People don't feel safe in their communities, and they're in a survival mode and mind frame when it comes to dealing with local predatory police. They don't feel safe. And then 5 is tech anxiety. If the first 4 issues alone didn't really make you want to move to the moon, the cherry on top is tech anxiety. People are annoyed with how fast tech has entered our culture. Our ethics and culture hasn't quite adapted or caught up yet to the technological change, and The serious existential crisis and anxiety, though, comes from robots and automation. The atheist nerds are hell bent on creating AI to do everything. Take everyone's jobs, leave us homeless, and get AI smart enough to take over the world and start killing us off. And by the time it gets to that point, we're all just going to be like, please, for the love of God, just terminate me. Can't take the shit anymore. So now, imagine, if you will, that you don't live on Earth. That as a baby, I took you from an orphanage or something, put you in a little Dragon Ball Z space pod, and just sent you to another planet. We can call it Planet Saiyan for fun's sake, since we're using Dragon Ball Z references. And when you get to Planet Saiyan, you go to school and you grow up, and your teacher goes, oh, hey, by the way, Planet Saiyan is kind of going through this environmental apocalypse, and we're calling it climate change. And by the way, you also got to worry about being shot by the police. And when you're 18, I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to live paycheck to paycheck when you move out. You're gonna kind of be like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, God, now I'm anxious. Now this Planet Saiyan kind of sucks. Fuck. And, why aren't they doing better? And this is to just to shine a light on the Florida analogy I gave earlier. You might not be spiritually blocked or depressed or anxious, but an outside event can come and can push you, and you're logically going to respond to have a negative response to this reaction, and you're gonna take it into your subconscious because you live there, and you're gonna have to deal with it consistently. Anyways, so I just wanted to point out that these 5 global and domestic problems can be serious root issues of each individual's anxiety and depression. These are big issues too. Oftentimes they can leave an individual feeling helpless and hopeless. And it's hard to focus on enjoying a picnic by the river when you subconsciously are carrying millennial anxiety and you know that the river could be dried up by 2050. It's hard to focus on school when you have absolutely no idea on how or which corporation or company you're going to get a good paying job, and if your degree will even help with said job prospects, and if all this debt that you're taking on to get this degree is going to really be worth it in terms of increasing your future salary. Because if the salary increase doesn't outweigh the debt, then you're now actually even farther away from affording the cost of raising a family. So if you are an individual out there who does feel that they're suffering from millennial anxiety and depression, I just want to tell you that it's going to be okay. We are going to get through this as a planet and as a nation. We're going to use these negative emotions to make changes in our lives. So I would recommend that you as an individual decide to do that. You say, okay, well, I've got the millennial anxiety, so I need to make some changes in my life. And I also think that you should use these emotions to sort of be grateful and appreciative for all that we do have, and appreciate your family, appreciate your friends, go outside and meditate, and be mindful and appreciative of the fresh air. I also wanted to say that while I think police and local government representatives are definitely having some serious issues, I do not think that they are all bad. There are a lot of good ones out there, and they should be supported, and they also want to get rid of the bad apples. So thank you everyone for watching my vlog, and I hope you enjoyed.